All right, guys, happy Monday. Happy first Monday of February. I'm excited to kick things off and talk about some ways that we can strategize Team Cup Month because I know for a lot of people this is a first timer thing. And even if you've been around for a while, it's been a while since we've done a Team Cup. So, some different things to think about this month. But, real quick, before we get into February, I encourage you guys to think about January. I don't know about you guys. Was it a good month, bad month, somewhere in between? Can use the chat bar. I feel like I know some people had record months. I know some people had really hard months. I think it's just important to think, like first off, we all start back at zero in February. So what happens in January stays in January. But I think it's important to realize that we can still learn from the month that's already closed out, already behind us. If something worked really well for you, what was it? How can you duplicate that to do it again in the months to come? If you did something that didn't work well, how can you reflect on that and think about why it didn't work and what you can tweak to do things going forward? Having been in this business almost 5 years now, I can tell you it is a constant shifting. It is a constant reflection, what's working, what's not working, what's well, what's not. Like, I am always changing things up and looking back to what I did in January of last year and January of the year before. And I'm going to share a little bit about that as we talk about February, because I'm pulling back something that I used in prior years that worked well for me. And I'm like, you know what? It worked well. I might as well try it again. So think about your January, how things worked. I think some people were like, everybody's going to jump on board. It's January. It's a new year. Everyone has these goals. And it's like, where are these people at? Like, I know for me, I had a lot of coaches that pulled Success Club out in like the final hours of the 31st. And it's easy to think, well, January is a month that everyone's talking about their new goals. So why wouldn't that have been easier? Or maybe it was really easy. And if you're like me, I had a really good January, but I turned to February and I was like, I've got zero prospects. Like, nobody on the fence, nobody in my pipeline, nobody that says they're ordering next Friday. Like, I did have a really good January and I did some different things. And then I kind of turned to February and was like, I feel like I'm frozen now. So either way, wherever you fall, just take some time to reflect and make sure you take some time to plan, which is what we're going to talk about as we get going. So I'm going to share my screen, go over a few quick announcements. Nope, that's not what I needed. All right, so I'll just present this. I guess I could have had this started up whenever we got started, but shout outs for the week. These are our final boards for January. Our top recruiter was Rachel Harvey from the KB. We had 3 people from One Fit Fam tying in with 2 people in the last week, Wendy, Elise, and Robin. And I will say Wendy, shout out to her. She went from SC0 to SC6 on the 31st of the month. She pulled that out in a day. So wherever you end up, always know that anything is possible. And I know Robin, she locked in her final coach or her final SC points to hit Success Club in January and the 31st. And all that pushing helped her get a new coach on February 1st. So wherever you are with your inviting, it's never wasted because all those invites certainly amount to something. It may just take a little bit more time than you planned on. But we had 16 coaches added to the KB last week and 29 into One Fit Fam. So shout out to everyone. If this is your first call, welcome. We do these calls every Monday night, and it is a way to just celebrate those who are moving their business forward, talk about some game plans and strategize, and talk about whatever's coming down the pipeline. We have these 7 beauties all headed off to LA this weekend. A huge congratulations to them because they earned this. I got some questions this past week about this trip and this event in LA, and can anybody go? And honestly, you can't just go. This isn't something like Summit where you can buy a ticket and go hear from the newest top leaders in the company. This is an invite only event, and these 7 girls all earned it by advancing to Star Diamond last year. And we have went ahead and reached out to them before sharing it with you guys, but since they're going this weekend, we've actually asked them to participate in next Monday's team call so that they can share a little bit more about what goes on in the event with you. Someone's not muted. If you can just mute me. Come But this event, I was able to go. I think it was the second event that I had attended, and they just realized, I think the company realized that there was a little bit of the gap in, okay, like we have the leadership event that happens every fall, which is for 5-star diamonds and above. We have our quarterly events, but how can we celebrate those up and coming leaders? And that is where the New Leader Conference came about. And they'll give you more details next week, but know that all of these girls had to earn that invitation. And if it's something that you are interested in, you'll get to learn a little bit more about the event next week. But more importantly, just understand that it was a 1-star diamond was the main requirement to qualify for that, advancing to 1-star diamond by the end of the year. So, and there's an FAQ. I don't know the FAQ number, but there is an FAQ in the back office if you can't wait till next week to read about it. But I personally cannot wait to hear from them all next week and just get their takeaways, because it's a really awesome event. Also, the summit ticket promotion that ran last month, the tickets that ended the 31st, but I don't want that to deter anybody from getting their summit ticket. NLC is an amazing event. It's a smaller event. Our summit is the event that all coaches can go to. Anybody can buy a ticket, and it is in July 13th through the 16th, if I have those dates right off the top of my memory. But it's this summer in Indianapolis, and another must-do event, and any new coaches can earn their ticket to that by hitting Success Club in their first 3 months as a coach. Moving on here. All right, we're going to talk game plan for February, guys. I'll upload this image into both the KB and my team page after the call. But I sat down this morning and started to think about, first off, what's all going on. So like big picture from a looking at what's coming, the Transform 20 bundles, those are still on promotion through the end of the month. So started back in the middle of December. Most of us, I think, launched a group in January. A lot of us are doing the program. The actual promotion with $20 off will end the end of the month. So if you haven't already made a list, that was actually one of the first things I did this morning after I got my kids to school, was following up with all of those people who had at some point expressed interest in Transform 20. Making sure that they know it's still on promotion, but that is going to expire. So make sure you're aware of that date for anyone else who you have who might be in your pipeline for Transform 20. Last week, Katie had shared a really cool image. It was called the 26 days, 26 days of coaching posts. I've been like a paper fool lately, and everything of mine is on paper. But it was this image. It kind of has little blocks on it. Gives you really great ways that you can share the coaching opportunity in maybe non-traditional ways, or ways that you're not thinking of. So I encourage you to take a spin through that. I think it's sometimes people are thinking, oh, well, I'm not where she is, or I haven't had the success someone else has had, and that doesn't matter. You have had successes. You're here, you're on the team call, you're spending your evening tonight chatting with us. Like all those things that we do every day can become posts, can become talking points on our social media. And that little image that we had from last week, I think it's in the files of both of our pages, that is an awesome resource. So if you haven't printed that out or saved it to your phone or saved it somewhere where you can access it, I highly recommend doing that, and really just trying to weave in the coaching opportunity on a regular basis. And I'm going to give Elise, my coach Elise, she's one of the ones going to NLC this weekend, a major shout out, because she's been implementing a daily coaching post. And almost every single day she's talking about the coaching opportunity. And I think it can be hard at first, because it's like, well, I talked about that yesterday. Or how can I take another spin on this business? Like you might feel like you're repeating yourself, but it truly is that consistency where you do it for a week and maybe nobody's on your staff and you're like, oh, this isn't getting me anywhere. But then by the second week, you start to get a little bit and maybe a little more interest. But then by the third week or the fourth week, that's where people have seen it now over and over and over again. And they get to that point where they're like, okay, you got me. And now I'm interested. But most people get discouraged in week 1 or week 2, or through those first 3, 5, 7 posts that they do where it's not getting much engagement, and they stop. But you have to keep building that momentum. And if you can make it a habit, I promise you that people will begin to see all the pieces of the coaching opportunity when you utilize something like that, that 26 days of posting that gives you so many different avenues to touch on. but you do have to be consistent with that. And I think that's the harder part for us to implement. So highly recommend you taking another look at that. The morning meltdown test group opportunity. There's an FAQ about it in the back office, but there is an opportunity for diamonds and below. Wait, what is it? Rubies and below, diamonds and star diamonds. No, I don't have it. I'm off. New coaches, that's what it was. 2018, sorry. If you were joined by February, new coaches, diamond and below, star diamond and above is how they break it down. So there's different buckets. It's all based on Success Club points. It's based off the highest SC earners in all of those categories. I know that I've seen the request several times, like, what number should we shoot for? Like if we're, a new coach, or we're a diamond and below coach, or a star diamond above coach, what is the number to shoot for to get into this test group opportunity? And I've yet to see a solid answer given back. So I don't know, like it's literally just a guess. I would say like 30-ish is my guess. But again, that's just me pulling a number out. As soon as I see something, I'll let you know. I know it's been talked about in a couple different pages that I'm in. What number should we be telling our coaches to shoot for? And I haven't seen it yet. But the big picture is the highest SC earners will be picked to participate in this challenge group opportunity for that. So it's Jericho's, if you're not familiar. Jericho, who did Quarter Force, former Les Mills instructor, I guess would be the right word. She is coming out with a new program. It's 100 days long. It's a longer program, still in that shorter time length of a program. And it's coming out with the test group starting in March. I believe it starts right before the Success Club trip. So that ties right in with our Team Cup challenge. So hopefully you guys are all on a Team Cup team, because this is just an extra way to incentivize you to push your business forward, achieve your highest Success Club points, be a part of a team and work together. Yes, you get prizes along the way for hitting Success Club. When everyone on your team hits 5, when everyone on your team hits 10, you get these different prizes, but it's just a fun way to work together with different people and push yourselves to meet different goals. So that morning meltdown group goes along with the fact that it's the Team Cup challenge this month. But getting into specific, those are the main announcements. Oh, one more. The Ultimate Portion Fix, Autumn Calabrese is going to be refilming the 21-Day Fix, 21-Day Fix Extreme, and it actually starts with a prep week March 4th. So if you're a Fix girl or your people are Fix people, I came in with 21-Day Fix almost 5 years ago. So like to me, this is like 5-year anniversary of when I got started, 5-year anniversary when the program came out. So I'm super excited for it. But that is coming in March. So I just put the date on there at the bottom, just as you think about your own February and how you're rolling into the next month. That's something else just to kind of keep on your radar. And I like to have, I have this in Canva, like this February image, but I also already have loaded in there March and April. And I don't have much on them yet, but when there are these key dates, I like to jot them down just so that I can plan. So well, that's what I actually did this morning. As I sat down, I'm like, okay, like this is what's going on. And I sat, I was writing everything down on paper, and then I made it look pretty in Canva. But I was trying to think, what is going to be my strategy to really rock this month with Team Cup? And my initial thought was to really focus on Transform 20. So I'm loving Transform 20. I think it's an awesome program. I got a little bit behind personally. I had pulled my back out a while ago, but I think the program's awesome. My plan was to continue to invite into like a rolling Transform 20 group. Keep promoting Transform 20, kind of do like taking on my next 5 challengers, and that was going to be my approach. So from like the end of January, like the last probably 8 to 10 days, that's been my approach. I'm rolling for my next round. But to be honest, it's not getting much traction. And I've always been one that starts like a themed group every month, runs it for 30 days, starts a new group, runs it for 30 days. And I really like the idea of a rolling group. But this wasn't working. Like it wasn't working for me to get new people engaged. Like I said, I'm sitting here in February and I've got not a prospect in mind. So I was like, what worked for me before? And it actually came up on my Time Hop last year at this time. I kicked off a Love Yourself Fit challenge group. So centered around, obviously we have Valentine's Day on the 14th. So centered around loving yourself and investing in yourself. But I know for me and in my market with a lot of moms and a lot of women who aren't always putting themselves first, this works. So I decided, instead of using my initial plan of rolling along Transform 20 and trying to get people to join, just it was easier, right? Like they joined Transform 20, and the group I already created, I don't have to do extra work. I'll do a little personal one-on-one call when they purchase their challenge pack and keep going. I don't feel like it was working. So I'm like, okay, well, I can still enroll Transform 20 people, but I'm going to try this approach by starting an actual new challenge group. So this is how I have my calendar laid out. It gives me this next week to enroll into like my prep week. So prep week would start the 11th, but I'll continue inviting to that group up until the 17th. I'm going to do an actual kickoff call on the 17th, and that's something I'm going to market and tell my challengers about. If you listen to the National Wake Up Call this morning, Kim talked about how much value she shares with her people, that she wants them to understand the value they're getting from her as a coach before she even talks to them about what price they're paying, because when they see the value, then they'll understand that the price that it is totally worth it when you see what you're getting. So I was like, you know what, maybe this will give me another avenue of what I can market. I can market a new challenger kickoff call, and that's something else that they're going to get from me as their coach to get prepared to start the group. So I'm going to go back, and I haven't done one of these for a while, but actually run a 30-day or 4-week group. Whatever program that they want to do, I would be fine. I'm not going to necessarily stick strictly to Transform 20, although I'll suggest it because it's still on promotion for this month. That's what I'm personally doing. And it's likely what I'll sell. But I think marketing a brand new group is going to be what will work better for me at this point. And it may not work. And if it doesn't work and the 18th comes and I haven't met my Success Club goal, then chances are I'll probably create a new group and start something new. So think about wherever you are now. If you've already started a group for the month, great. Do you need to add a second one? I know Katie's off a week from me. She's actually, I think she started a challenge group today on the 4th. So she's starting her next one with prep on the 18th, and then her week 1 starts the 25th. So there's no right or wrong way to do it. I think it really just comes from sitting down and being like, okay, what do you have and what do you have to invite to? So that's my challenge group focus. And then I'll do and check chat real quick. I see there's a couple questions there. Oh, I don't think I can see them in share screen mode. Hold on. Oh, Katie's on. Hi, Katie. Yes, the 18th. All right, cool. Sorry. I can go back to share the screen. That's not the right one. So again, with the challenge group, I've also been doing weekly business opportunities. So I really want to focus on coaching. That is where the business grows. The new challengers are great. They're great Success Club points, but the growth in the business is going to come from new coaches that are coming on building the business too. I don't know that I have ever done weekly business opportunity. Ever. But again, Team Cup Month always tends to push me to do new things and try new things. And anytime you do something over and over again, it gives you the opportunity to change it, to perfect it, to find ways that you can tweak it and make it better. So for the month of February, I'm committing to weekly business opportunity calls, just not calls, like a sneak peek group. It'll be doing live videos for 3 days, call to action on Saturday, getting them, hopefully enrolled, and then deleting out the content, keeping the same group open, repeating the next week, kind of like a rinse and repeat action, along with the fact that a lot of your people need to see you post about something over and over again. Sometimes even once they express their interest, they need to see it over and over and over again before they get to that point that they're like, okay, I'm ready. So that is how I'm going to do the business opportunity call. Tomorrow night, we're doing our joint with KB and my team new coach kickoff call at 8:30. Any of your coaches, are welcome to join this. There's an event in our team pages for it. That is on the 5th. And then we had been doing them the first Sunday of every month. So that following Sunday, actually, Katie and I are going to be out of town, so I don't know that we'll do it on that Sunday, so it'll probably be on the next Tuesday, so February or March 5th as well. So just some dates again to keep in mind with as you're inviting. Like me personally, I'll use that February 5th call tomorrow night to follow up with people who I've been talking to about coaching and say, are you interested in getting started? Our new coach kickoff call for this next group of my team members is tomorrow night at 8:30. Like those, once you have something on the calendar, it gives you that opportunity to invite people and give them a deadline to actually join. So new coach kickoff call on the 5th helps me get the coaches to be committed, just like the new challenger kickoff call on the 17th will give me an opportunity to get people to actually commit before we get started with that deadline. Does that all make sense? Lots of talking. All right, and then the other thing, nice red on February 15th, is a flash sale. So we did this in January. If you were a part of that group, the snowed in. So we did it last month around that big storm was hitting the Northeast, and we were like, okay, let's play on being snowed in. It fell on Martin Luther King Day. It was Martin Luther King Day on January 21st. So it fell on a holiday, people off work, like let's lean into that. So again, I followed up with a ton of people. I messaged people. I posted about it on my stories. I posted about it on my page. And it worked really well for me. I think Katie and I both got over 10 Success Club points from that sale. But we noticed a lot of our team didn't participate as much. So we really want to lean into this next one. I think we also kind of threw that one together a lot quicker, not a week and a half, 10 days in advance. So want to give you guys an opportunity to really leverage this. So like I said, I'm going to be recruiting, like really talking about this next Love Yourself Fit group. And I'm going to invite to that. And I'm going to invite to the business opportunity. But come February 13th, 14th, if people haven't committed to me yet, I'm going to then invite them to this flash sale. And we actually have the images already created, and it's all around like Valentine's Day and hearts and love, and kind of fits back into the Love Yourself Fit theme. But, really just prioritizing the need to invest in yourself and fill your cup up first. And we'll do it similar to how we did before, where most of the challenge packs are $20 cash back. We'll do some sort of giveaway in the beginning like we did last time, where you introduce yourself. And I think we did 3 winners who all won 10 packs of Energize, like different things in there that anybody could win just for being a part of the group. And then anybody who purchases will get the $20 back. And like I said, I think from that sale on that one day, I had 8 challenge packs that I sold. Some of them were to coaches, like some discount coaches who don't really necessarily think of themselves as a coach. I think I had one girl who was a coach. She bought a performance stack. I still gave her the $20 gift card, even though I didn't necessarily get commission because she's a coach, right? So I wouldn't. But I wasn't like, she ordered, I got volume from her. Okay, great. Like I sent her the gift card too. But I also got several other new people and repeat customers who maybe they've been out for a while, they fell off the horse, they recommitted with this group. So yes, I did give out $20 per challenge pack, but the one challenge pack with someone who buys a deluxe Transform 20, you earn like $75 on that one. So I feel like at the end, like I think it's sometimes hard to invite, like somebody had actually asked me last month if they could invite to the flash sale, but not give the $20 cash back because they didn't want to give their commission away, which I relate to. But if you need to get someone, or you're trying to get someone who just needs that extra $20 savings, and then they try it and they love it and they realize how great Shakeology is, and then they want the discount, and then they want to become a coach because they get great results, like that act of you giving $20 back to the customer who buys it could span into such a greater thing down the road. And I really look at the big picture. I think I sent $160 in gift cards out, but I made well over that in challenge packs, and I think I ended up with 3 new coaches in the process. So the flash sale isn't so much like, I feel like for me, it's always been getting those people who have been thinking about purchasing a deadline, like it is only available this day, here's what you're gonna get, and kind of running it all in one day. We figured Friday on the 15th, it's not only like I used to get paid twice a month as an accountant, the 15th and the last day. So here you go, it's payday. People who get paid every other Friday, it's a Friday. People get paid whatever. I think military is the 15th, I recall. I think so. Anyways, I feel like the timing wise, it works out as well. And I know last time we did it on the 15th or we did it and then we kind of extended it one more day, like we may be able to do that as well. But doing it all in one day, all over a certain amount of time, just gives you the opportunity. So yes, it would be great. Like, I'm going to invite and try to get as many people as I can to join and commit before that. But if they don't, I'm going to invite them to the flash sale, one day only. If you're still on the fence, this is an opportunity for you. So we'll coordinate it. Like, Katie and I will have all the posts scheduled. We'll, we'll front out the giveaway part of it. What we want you guys to do is to invite to it. Because it's not going to work if you don't invite to it. And, if you want to see how we have it, once we have all the images like in a Google Doc, we can absolutely send it to you if you want to run your own. Or if you want to see how we run ours and run your own on the 18th, which is President's Day, I want to say. It's a holiday. So I know my son doesn't have school that day. So it's a holiday. So maybe you want to plan your own and run it there. You're welcome to do that. But these little things, when people don't expect them, have tended to work really well for us. Does anyone have any questions on how the flash sale works? Is there a name for the flash sale group? We'll use that same one from last time. I know that we've been invited. I think right now it's still called Snowden Sales. You can only change the name of a Facebook group every 30 days. Which we ran into this one other time that we tried to do something. So I'm not sure if we'll actually be able to change the name of that group, because the last one we did was like 20th. So we'll have to see if we can change the name. Right now it's that Snowden Sales group. And I just it's beneficial for us to leverage the group that's already created, because I know that people have been inviting to it. I personally know that I have tons of people in there who've never purchased anything. I have some people who purchased whenever we did it in August last year, purchased when we did it in November, purchased when we did it last month. Like, some people just want that extra $20 savings before they'll pull the trigger. So that's what the group's going to be. Our biggest thing for us to you guys is that you either watch it and duplicate it, or watch it and join us and invite to it. That'll make sense? Yes, Steph will send you all the images if you want to run your own. That's totally fine. Any other questions? All right. Katie, anything else? I saw you unmuted. Maybe she's not there.
I didn't know I was unmuted.
Oh, I just saw that you didn't know. You didn't mean to do that?
I totally didn't mean to do that. I'm so sorry.
Well, I didn't hear you. I just noticed.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. No. I've got nothing.
Good deal.
I literally just rolled in. My son is sick and I'm like,
who's sick?
Nick, he's not feeling well. So we just, had some fun, but it's fine.
All right.
But yeah, you guys just, I will say with the flash sale too, last month, I was at SC2, I would say for the first part of the month, first 15 days of the month.
It was at least halfway through.
It was about halfway through. And that sale brought me from SC2 to SC, I think 20, about that, or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I really, really want to emphasize that your desire to put that sale out there. And it really grew with that. And I think there's something just about the sale, but you have to put it out there. So there's a couple ways that I put it out there. I put it out in my IG stories. I put it out in my Facebook post, but remember, your Facebook content, only I would say about 6% of your audience actually sees. I would put it in your emails. I would put it in, if you have a list of follow-ups that you do via email. We put it in our Party with the Peeps group. I have old challenge groups. I'll create events in old challenge groups, and I'll actually take them to the link that is the current group. And then the other thing is, once that sale ended, I did a message. I actually did an email to people and said, I am so sorry. I know that it was a crazy day. My kids were home and I didn't get to follow up with you the way that I wanted. I just wanted to let you know I am still honoring the prices. Can I send you a cart link to get you set up? And I use the words, can I set you up? I assume that they want it anyway. And I did get people with that follow-up email as well. and really lean into your team cup. So if you are on a team cup, I would really encourage you to get on a call with them at least once a week and strategize. If you're not joining Megan and I in our group and you want to create your own, we do have that content for you. Just ask us for it. You can create your own with it as well if you kind of want to do it that way. I think that's really all. I didn't get to congratulate the people who are headed to California. So I just really wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, like, I am so pumped for you. It's such an honor, and it's just such a gift to have, I think, 7 of you guys in our organizations who are really just paving the way for the rest of us. So I appreciate all of the hard work that you guys are doing, and I just can't wait for you guys to soak in all of that good information and bring it back to us so that you guys can share it with us and we can learn from you. I think that that's really all that I have right now. Oh, did you go over the coaching post challenge too?
That 26 thing? Yeah. This one?
Did you talk about it?
I did.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's all I got then.
All right. And if you guys ever want, like I know Katie's starting her challenge group a week after mine. Yeah, a week after. If you ever wanted, like if you're ready to start the 18th and you would rather, think Love Yourself Fit fits you and your market perfectly, like feel free to reach out and join mine. You can see how I do it. Sometimes seeing how other people run groups is helpful as well. So if you have a person or 2 or 3 that you want to get started with earlier and maybe your coach isn't ready or running something right now, like just let me know.
Yep.
All right. 9:33. I almost met the goal of a half an hour.
We're getting
my goal every week.
So very cool.
All right. Well, have a great night, ladies. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll share my calendar just so for a better reference for you guys so you can see it closer up and get to work.
Yeah. If you guys have any questions, just put them in the chat bar. I'll stay on for a minute if you do. Michelle, I'm sending you a private message because I'll just message you. I saw the comments on my post today and I didn't even think of it, and I felt so bad, and I was in the car ride home and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope she's not upset. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. All right. Cool.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Cool. Have a good night, guys.